I'm in the house of the Sacred Soul, Sacred Treasure House. So glad to be here for this awesome, fun event. This is my first time doing a game event with the Sacred Soul or any kind of game event in a group. So this is kind of new to me, but and I'm going out a little bit on the edge with a book that I don't normally do. I've never done anything like this, but I took the challenge and I think I'm ready for it. So I'm glad that you guys are joining us. Miss Bernice is finishing up over in the Sacred Soul, Sacred Treasure House. I keep saying Sacred Soul for some reason. And not soul, but so Soul. But anyway, Sacred Treasure House, and we're doing this event. It's called Turn the Page Mon, and it's about a book event. You create a book, and you put all these elements in the book, and then thank you there, Miss Deborah. I appreciate that. And then then you add all these elements into the book, and I'm going to explain more as we go along. But Miss Bernice is finishing up right now, and her and I must have got the memo because I'm doing something that's scripture related too. Can we get an amen and get a little Jesus in the house here? I'm actually not going to be covering the Bible, but I am going to be talking about something in the Bible, and mine's going to be a little different. I kind of took the elements a little bit different from what the exact description was, or the rules, so to speak. So I'm kind of breaking them, but I still think it's going to be a kind of a cool thing. And I am doing all the elements they asked. So hopefully I won't get booked, because I'm kind of going out on the edge and being a rebel with this. But let me see. Let me go ahead and see if I can see myself over there on my phone in Sacred Soul. And then we'll kind of get rolling here. How's everybody doing today as you're coming in? I appreciate you saying hello. There I am already. Thank you, Miss Deborah. You're on point, girlfriend. Love that. Love that. Thank you for sprinkling too. So yeah, like I said, this is a kind of a new event for me. I'm doing something quite different. I started looking around for ideas on Pinterest for this whole book thing. Those that you don't know me, I work with polymer clay generally, or clay of some sort, and I do have some clay elements in this now. And I thought about making an entire book out of clay. Honestly, I came real close to that, but then I started looking at some really cool things on Pinterest. Folded books, guys. Oh my God. Hey, Juanita, how are you? It's good to have you here. If you're the first time with me, I really appreciate you tapping on your screen and hitting those little buttons up there and following me and giving me some love and all that sort of thing. I love that so much. But yeah, so I was looking at all these. If you have not looked at folded books, you guys need to explore Pinterest on that because there's some really cool stuff. So hi, Miss Tanya, how are you doing? So I did get my inspiration from that, and mine's a folded book. So I'm actually not using a Bible, even though I'm going to be doing something related to the Bible. Hey, Susan, how's it going? Because there you go. We're going to be taking a section out of the Bible, which is actually the Beatitudes. But I took a take on it, and I'm going to be doing it with bees and all this kind of stuff. So hopefully it's going to come out kind of cool. And I've got questions for you guys too. So don't fear. I'm not big turning the pages like everybody else, but I've got lots of questions for you. And I've already talked to the girls and they said it was cool to what I'm doing. All right. So we know that we're actually going to be using something from scripture. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that, but let me get into showing what I'm going to do. So instead of using a Bible, because I just could not take myself, I know people do Bible journals and all that sort of thing, but I couldn't do that to a Bible. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit old fashioned that way, but anyway, I went to the Dollar Tree and I found this book here. This is the cover. I've already took it off. It says, pretty cool book. It says, No Stopping Us Now. It's actually the adventures of older women in American history. So I thought, hey, there's a lot of older women in this group. Now there's guys too. I know Justin and all the other guys that might want to watch too. But this is about us girlfriends, all these older women. I'm one of those older women. So, and I didn't actually read it, but I kind of skimmed through it, and it's kind of a cool book. Anyway, it was at the Dollar Tree, and I got that. So that's the book I'm actually altering and making into what I need to do here. So I've got my book here. Now I am going to take you down below on my table because I just work best that way. But I'm going to show you pretty much what I've got going on and how I did. This is a folded book. So I'm starting out with it like this, okay? I had to do a lot of pre-work because of the time element and things here. So I'll kind of explain a little bit, but you can see here, I basically took the center of the book. If you take these out, you can see that I left a little bit of the pages here, but I stained them. Okay, so the first element is to use stain. So I did stain them. right here in the center with the coffee. I have my little sprayer here, and then I sprayed them up and I stained them. So I'm going to be using another stain too, but this is my first stain part right here in this section here. Okay, I've got my little clothespins to kind of hold it in place, but I'm going to be hot gluing it and everything. So it's got a blank cover. I'm not doing a cover. I'm working on the inside. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So now I'm going to take you down to my table, and then we're going to work from there. And like I said, I'm going to be telling you, hey, BB Crafts, thank everybody for coming in, crafting off the curve with Mama. Oh, you guys, I just love it that we're getting this little fun group together and having such a great time doing this project and having this game time. So like I said, if you're not following me, I really appreciate that. And, like I said, I work mainly with clay, and I'm not going to disappoint because I have made some clay pieces in this as well. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, now we're going to go down to my table. So I got all my goodies on there, and we're going to try to work this out because it's a 45-minute window, and I'd like to try to get through this so I'm not booked and I can show you guys something really cool. All right, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink. Okay, so like I said, folded books. I came so close. I really wanted to do. There's a birdhouse one in there that is like really, really simple to do, like a bird cage, not a birdhouse. And it's so simple, and I almost did it, but it didn't tie into my theme. So I was like, I just got to make another one of these. And I've seen somebody else on the live do the birdhouse. Not birdhouse, bird cage. Really, really cool, the book. Anyway, so yeah, here we go. This is what I'm doing here. I've already got the stain on these. I basically just started from the center and folded them and folded them, folded them. Then I overlapped here. I'm getting over a cold, guys, so excuse me if I have a little scratchy throat. And I folded these in like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some elements on here. I'm going to dress it up and make it kind of cool. I think the first thing I need to do, though, is if I don't get ahead of myself. By the way, what I'm going to be doing are the Beatitudes in the Bible. If you guys are familiar with those, the Beatitudes, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Really appreciate that. And we're going to be kind of going through the Beatitudes, which there's 8 of them. So I've got them. I'm going to be putting them on my elements on the side here. Sprinkle it. Thank you, Tammy's Treasures. I appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, coming up after me is Ladybug, Gnomes, and Crafts by Tammy. So she's going to be coming up after me. And I do have my 5-minute timer set. So before at the end, and I'll try to do my giveaway tool if I get to that, so I don't be able to give something away here. All right, so like I said, the Beatitudes. There's 8 of the Beatitudes. First off, I'd like to ask you, if you're familiar with the Beatitudes, if you might know where they are in the Bible. Where are the Beatitudes in the Bible? Here we go. Camera, there we go. This is my one man. But in the Bible, can anybody tell me where the Beatitudes actually are? All right, now while you're thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue this part down. I think I need to do that first. Just these 2 sections here, the big sections. These are not hot glued. I think they're going to stay in pretty good. And I've had this folded in here for a little bit of time, so hopefully it won't do too bad. They'll stay in pretty good. I've creased them for, it's been a good week now since I've had them creased. This one I folded outways, like I folded it this way instead of the other way because I like the way it sat inside there. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to hot glue these 2 down so that they stay in. I think it'll kind of keep everything else in place. I'll repeat the question. Can anybody tell me where the Beatitudes are found in the Bible? What book? What book in the Bible? And if you actually know the scripture, the actual numbers and all that, the chapter and whatnot, let me know that too. So we're getting a little Jesus in the house again today. Like I said, Miss Bernice kind of segued me into this, so that was pretty cool. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a little religion when it's not Sunday, right? Should be getting a little bit of that every day. Matthew and Luke, you are absolutely right. I was looking for Matthew, but it is in Luke too. Very good there, Miss Trina. Good girl. All right. So do you know where Matthew what? I'm going with Matthew today. Matthew, do you know what book? Or what, not book, but what chapter? Anybody know what chapter it is in Matthew? From the Sermon on the Mount. Absolutely. That's exactly where it comes from. It's the Sermon on the Mount. And the thing about it is if you've been a believer for a while, you've heard about the Sermon on the Mount. But I mean, and we've read them and we know, but do we really understand what they mean? Like, what is the whole attitude of it and why What is it supposed to be about? Does anybody really know? Good morning, all my fellow crafting friends. Hey there, Miss Ladybug. Miss Ladybug, Miss Tammy, she's up after me. Oh, I need to stain these. I was going to stain these too. They're going to stay on the book. I thought they were kind of cute because this book is actually going to be sitting up. It can either sit up, get my camera. It can either sit up like this, or I might hang it too. I haven't decided. Once I get it done, I'll decide how I'm going to do it. Okay. But so, like I said, Miss Tammy's in the house. So I got those glued in. Uh-oh, I got this one over here needs to be glued in a little bit more. Um, yeah, so anybody really know, like basically what it is the Beatitudes. When Jesus gave that little talk, or that nice long talk. By the way, has anybody seen The Chosen and seen that, how they did that? And when he was writing them with Matthew, and then he did the actual sermon. Oh my God, that was so cool. I love The Chosen. If anybody's not into that, you need to check that out. It's pretty darn cool. So, all right, so I think I got that one glued. That's nice and sturdy. All right, so right now what I need to do, I did my staining. I got my folds going on. I need to do some stamping. I mean, not stamping. Ooh, something crawling on my leg. All right, so I need to do a little stenciling. Now, like I said, I kind of abbreviated things because of the time frame. The Chosen, yes, is awesome. So I'm going to be using a stencil to do a little border around these, and these are going to go inside. Kind of cool paper. Did I do that one upside down? I sure did. Anyway, so I found this cool paper. I keep looking at my wrong camera. I found this cool little paper with some crosses on there, and I'm putting that right in there. That's going to go, and we'll glue them down. So I've got one. All right, and I'll put the other one over on this side, and I need to stencil that. So yeah, like I said, if you have not seen The Chosen, girl, you are missing out. They're going into season 4 at this point, and there's 8 episodes per season. So I need to make sure that I got my crosses up, feet up. I don't want an upside down cross. That's not a good thing at all. All right, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put a little stencil on this little border so I can use my stencil. That's number 2. All right. Then I will be doing, I've already done my staining, my stenciling. I have to stamp, and I'll show you all my stamping. I did a lot of stamping. I already pre-stamped because I did it in the clay, but I will be showing you that. And then we'll start gluing all this together. Where's my brush? Oh, where's my little brush here? Here it is right here. I like to use these little sponge guys for when I do my stenciling. I just think that they work good, and they don't, I usually don't oversaturate with these. But like I said, you take a little bit, you dab off, and then you offload, so to speak, and then you just run it up here. I'm turning the stencil inward because I want the pattern to be like a little flower stencil to be like it's inside. Beatitude is the floor for God's kingdom. Yeah, basically, it's kind of like what he's saying with the Beatitudes is if you follow these things, it's kind of like a rule book for, the life that we should lead for the kingdom of God. What the heck? There's a bug or something crawling on my leg. Sorry, guys. I got shorts on. I'm in Florida. It's hot. And so that's what he's going with these. And he's telling us if we follow these, I wouldn't call them rules, but if we follow these, like, I guess, guidelines or suggestions that he says, then we will be the ones that will, be able to understand and be, really connected to the kingdom of God. So, and, another thing that inspired me with this is our pastor has just done an entire series. He's finishing up the last one this week at church about this, and he's getting a really good explanation about these. And I was so impressed that I figured, you know what, I got to do this. I got to just share this because I thought it was so cool. Now, I did actually taken a little bit of his notes that I've been taking, and also, some things I found on the internet as far as like just simple explanations as to what they are. And like I said, we're getting ready to go over those in a second. Once I get this little stencil done, then I'll be able to share those because we're gonna add those to the book. Those are really nice sponge. Yeah, these are just Dollar Tree. Nothing. They come in a little package. They're cheap and throwaways, but they come in different colors. I mean, not colors, different sizes. You get small ones and big ones, and so there. All right. So it's number 2, stenciling. I got my stenciling done. All right, and that's going to have to dry a second, but I'm going to go ahead, and that one kind of a little oversaturated, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything in the scheme of life. So we're going to bring that over here. I don't know. I got a little bit extra staining to do. I made a cross. The elements that you see that I'm going to be adding to it were all made by me with clay. and I'll be showing you those in a second. I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy down, and while I'm waiting on that other one to dry, kind of got a little touch on there. And I don't really do Mod Podge. I'm not opposed to Mod Podge. I just don't use it much in my crafts because I work with clay. But this stuff works just as well. I'm just using a glue stick to stick this on, and that stuff will hold it down nice and tight. Just make sure you get the edges. When you're doing a glue stick, just make sure you get all your edges, because the edges will want to curl up on you. I actually go off the page when I do it. All right, get that on. Make sure I get the right side too. My book upside down. It looks like my book's upside down. I gotta make sure. Okay, I guess it really wouldn't matter. You wouldn't really tell, but unless you look at the writing real close, you'd be able to tell if it was upside down or not. So I'm just placing this right here inside the little book cover area, if I can get it in there. I did pre-cut this and measure it, so hopefully it's going to fit all right. One thing nice about these glue sticks too is you can kind of pick them up and reposition them for a bit until they get solid, and until they really start sticking. And hopefully that'll stay down. I think that'll be pretty good right there. Okay, so we got that one. All right. Hey there, Miss Wendy. How are you? How are you feeling, darling? Are you feeling better today? I know you were a little under the weather yesterday, and so was your dog and everybody else. So hopefully your kids and you and everybody's doing better. Excuse me. I'm hoping that's dry enough. I think it is. It's a little tacky, but I'm going to go with it, and I think it'll be all right. So I'm going to turn this one over again, get my camera situated a little bit better, guys. Sometimes, when you start crafting and you're not looking up, you don't know if you're in the camera or not. Yeah, thank you very much there, Deborah. I think, like I said, I've worked with this for a few weeks, trying to put the elements together and try to figure it out and design it. This is one I definitely pre-planned. I'm not going to lie to you, because I wanted it to be something really cool. And like I said, I've never done a folded book before. I've never actually even decorated a book before, although I know working with clay and molds, you can do some really, really fun things with decorating your book covers. But I just thought I'd take this a little extra step and do something kind of cool. I like the folded books, and I thought they were kind of neat. All right, get on in there, girlfriend. Am I going to have to trim you off? I think I might have to trim this one off because, yeah, I'm going to put a little trim on this because I put that glue down inside there on that one, and it kind of messed me up. I guess I could trim it off even more, honestly, because you're not going to be able to see it, but I think you'd be able to see it on the sides. Now, am I going to have to put more glue on there, on that one corner? I think I'll be all right. I think it'll stay down pretty good. All right, and just make sure that you, like I said, get all your bubbles out, press it down real good, and you should be good to go. All right, so there's what we have so far. Just that in itself kind of jazzes it up, right? Okay. All right, so now that I've got that, now we can start talking about some of the, so we talked about, it is in Matthew and Luke. We're talking about the Beatitudes. One of the things I want to do right here is get my other little process out of the way, my rest of my staining. I'm just going to use some of this Waverly wax here in the brown, and I'm going to stain that down. And this is the only thing that I have to stain, left to stain, besides some little flowers. I just went ahead and pre-did this in clay. I cut out a template just with a piece of paper, and I just took this out of the oven just a little while ago. As a matter of fact, I had to do this today because I ran out of steam yesterday trying to get my other little clay lady finished up from the another event and stuff. But anyway, so I like using the stain on this thing. And I have a white one too. I don't know if you guys know this, but they may make a white wax stain, which is pretty darn cool for some areas, but I mean, for some projects. But this one, I just wanted to go on the darker side. And yeah, so I got that. I don't even think I'm going to worry about the back right now. I will do the back later, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do this. So what I do is I love this because you just take it and you wipe it off. So you guys know how to do all that. But it just really gets in those nice crevices. And I put a little bit of texture on the cross. I didn't zhuzh it up too much. I just wanted to be kind of basic. But see right here, that's a stamp, guys. I use stamps, okay? And I had to pre-do that because I had to bake everything to get it right. But I use these little stamps here, these little letter stamps for this one, okay? And I also used, I have these, where are my other ones? My other letters I'm getting ready to show you. I used an ink stamp, and I used some smaller stamps here, right here for these, Okay, so I got that going. Now we're going to put this aside, let that tack up, because that's going to be towards the end. So I got that. Let's start adding the other pieces. Oh, I got one more thing I need to say. I'm going to add these little cute little flowers. I didn't make these, believe it or not. These are actually some little wood guys I got offline. I mean, at the Dollar Tree. The little wood flowers. Actually, I think this one's foam, but they're cool. Over the floral section. Man, okay, this is one of those bloopers, guys. Not too bad, but I just built. Good thing I didn't get it on my shirt, because I really like my shirt. Turn the page, man. Yeah, I'm getting ready to, darling. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting ready to. Because as I do this, we're going to be able to talk about um, the 8 Beatitudes. Okay, so I just want to stain that one up real quick. I've got all the other ones stained, and then we're good to go. Now, we're going to be turning some pages, or literally like getting into the scriptures. Okay, so back to the book. I don't think I need this back here now. So what I'm going to do here is I've got my bees. I did a little bee here. I made this little guy out of clay. He's going to be going on here. Then I also have these little bees. I have a little bee mold. Got this, I think, off Temu. And I made some of these little bees here. See these are kind of coppery looking in a sense. But I'm going to be adding these bees on here. So it's the bee attitude. It's the bees and the bee attitude. So I kind of did a little play on words. So the bees are going to go here. I'm adding the bees on the side. But as I do that, I'm actually going to be adding the actual verses, the beatitudes themselves. So I got 4 bees on this side, 4 bees on this side. So here we go. All right. So the first beatitude, if anybody knows it, I'm going to just basically tell you what they are, and then you can kind of ask me what you think it means. Okay. The first one is, blessed are those that are poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Does anybody know what they mean by when Jesus means when he says poor in spirit? So let's get some comments going. I'm going to go ahead and add my bees on here. I'll do that, and then I can start adding my little elements over here that I made out of clay to go with them. So yeah, what does poor in spirit mean? What do you think he means by poor in spirit? Because a lot of times, like we don't really understand some of the wordage, the verbiage and the words that was explained, because there's a different language back then. They talk differently, and so that's why they have newer translations for us people that speak English, and it was originally Hebrew, so therefore there's another translation barrier there going on. Those who do not believe. Well, okay, let's get some more answers. Being humble. Okay, actually, Tanya, you've pretty much nailed it on the head. Be the last of all, the servant of all. Be humble. Do not judge others, and share all. So basically, it just means, like I said, being humble, being kind, and also my pastor said something a little bit different, but I don't have his pulled up and I can't remember. So I don't know. I have to just kind of go with my notes here and go with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You be humble, be a servant, and do not judge, and share with all. Okay, so okay, now I got one more here. I gotta put this on. All right, so I'm gonna put that one on. And okay, so I've got my little bees going on the side here. Now, what I did here, this is the poor in spirit. I took these little pieces of clay and I stamped them with the little stamps that I told you about. Each one's got the little saying right next to it. So it's poor in spirit. See if I can get over here. You guys can see all that. Poor in spirit. I'll have to hold it up to you in a second. Okay, and then the next one. Okay, here's another one. Number 2, the second beatitude is, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Now, this is one like, what does that mean? What does being mournful mean? I mean, sometimes it sounds like it's sad, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sad thing. Being mournful. So anybody know what be one who mourns? So poor in spirit. I'm going to have to see what that. One who mourns. Oh, and it's kind of fun. See these little guys? I kind of did it so it looks like honey. I purposely colored them so it's kind of like a honey color, and I put like a little drip on the end so it looks kind of like honey dripping. So it's a whole, like I said, a whole play on the Beatitudes and the bee. And I'm using some Gorilla Glue here, kind of like E6000. Put those down. Anybody know what it means when he says, those who mourn, they shall be comforted. Consider well the people you and others have lost, the things they have not done well, and the things that you belong for. You are not alone. Well, that's what this one says. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's not necessarily being sad. It's just being kind of like, sort of like humbled in a sense. That's kind of the best way to say it. Just be somber, I guess is a good word. Be somber in spirit, about the things of God and the things around you. I guess that's maybe a good way to say it. So, but it's not necessarily like mourn, for people in particular. But be mournful for those also that maybe not are not like that don't really know the Lord, or like, are just not really in that walk right now. But anyway, poor in spirit, there's one right there. Then one who mourns. Okay, let's see what else. Suffering from loss or perhaps a loved one, acknowledges prayer. And there's that too. That's actually a part of it, but it's more than just the suffering for the people. Okay, so that's number 3, right? Was that number 2? That was number 2. Hello, Pam. All right, so what's number 3? What have I got on my time frame? Oh, Lordy. All right. So, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Guys, can you tell me what that one means? It's not being weak, by the way. Not being weak. Everybody thinks that meekness means weakness. It does not. It does not mean that at all. One who mourns. Okay, you guys can kind of see what I got going on over there. All right, when I get to the other side, it'll be a lot better. Anybody can tell me if you mourn, you will be blessed with comfort. Blessed are the ones who mourn. Blessed are we're on the meek one. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Yeah, so what does meek mean, guys? Meek means, well, it kind of means humble, but it's kind of like a particular word I'm looking for here with the meek. It's more than just humbleness. And like I said, it's not how do I say it? It's like I said, it's not being like a wimp or anything like that at all. Poor, meek quality of a heart to submit to God without question. Yeah, that's kind of part of it. But what I'm going for here is basically self-control. Self-control, be slow to anger, quick with patience, and drop the ego. Okay, so it's about just really being self-controlled is a good way to put it. Really is. Okay, so we got number 4 here. The fourth one is, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. So I've actually got, that's number 4, and I've got my hunger and thirst here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Hunger and thirst. Does that mean that you're supposed to starve? Does that mean you're supposed to go around like, in poverty and all that? What does it mean by hungering and thirsting? What are you supposed to hunger and thirst for? Anybody tell me that? What are you supposed to hunger and thirst for, guys? Meek or slow to anger and are humble. Yes, exactly. Slow to anger. I keep coming up with the anger thing because that, some people in my life I know have issues dealing with that. So, that's a good one as far as the anger part goes. Hunger and thirst. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hold this up. So you can see so far I have used all my elements. All right. There's this side. Guys, you see that side there? Okay. And we got the next side. So the next 4, okay. Okay, so we're on number 4. Those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, okay? Hunger and thirst for righteousness. That's a key word right there, guys. For righteousness, okay? Now, what exactly what kind of righteousness are they talking about? He was Jesus talking about when he's talking about righteousness? What kind of righteousness are we talking about? Oh, thank you, darling. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm definitely going to put this up in my house. This is not something I want to get rid of. So I think it's going to be pretty neat. And I love the little bees, by the way. I did that with black clay first, and then I took my mica powders and put a little copper on top of that. That's the only thing that's got the copper on it, but I just thought it looked so cool. I couldn't resist. Uh, it is seeking your own personal holiness, your own personal relationships, and doing the right thing to please your Lord. Well, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. Thank you there, Crafting Off the Curb. That's awesome. And it pretty much sums it up. Yes, ma'am. Pretty much sums it up. Heart for righteousness. Righteousness is being righteous in the sight of God, and hunger and thirsting for Him and His Word, and to be one that wants to please Him by following His ways and that type of thing. At least that's what I see it. Here it says, help others to do the right path, trust everyone, and know they may let you down. Well, yeah, we can't really, even though we love our people, and we have spouses and kids and relationships and friends, we all are sinners, and at some point, we all make mistakes, and the only one that we can truly trust is God. But I mean, I'm not saying not to trust people, don't get me wrong. I totally trust a lot of people in my life. I'm a very trusting person. Sometimes I'm too trusting, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's pretty much what that means. All right, so we're getting ready to go to the next 4 here. And let me get my last little bee on. Okay, slapping these things on here, guys. These are pretty cool. All right, so next one is the 5th beatitude is, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Okay, so that's the next one, merciful. Anybody tell me what that means? What is your book? My book actually is not a Bible. I couldn't bring myself to do a Bible, but this is a book I got at the Dollar Tree, and I thought it was kind of appropriate. No Stopping Us Now, The Adventures of Older Women in American History. So that's kind of a cool book to do this on, I think, right? Right, ladies? Right, older ladies? All right. So, like I said, back to number 5. Blessed are the merciful, so they shall obtain mercy. What does he mean by merciful? Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And that was, like I said, that was a Dollar Tree book. I've written a couple books in the past, some small little books about natural wellness and stuff from years ago. And so I know what time and effort it takes in to write a book. And mine are small. I'm thinking, oh boy, they end up at the Dollar Tree, on the Dollar Tree shelf. But hey, what are you going to do? It's the way it works. So blessed are the merciful. Okay. Forgiving. Okay, we got forgiving. What else we got? Where are we at here? Oh, the next one. Okay. Forgiving. Risking your life for others. Okay. It says here, strive to do the right thing. Forgive others first. You got it about the merciful, then yourself. See also the corporal. That's something else. And forgive others first and then yourself. I believe that you should forgive. I don't know. I kind of believe you should give yourself first. Because if you forgive yourself first, I think you'll be able to forgive others. I've gone through a lot of forgiveness because I've had a lot of trauma in my past. And so I understand that about the forgiveness part. And it's a big, big thing. I've actually done like little mini art projects with forgiveness with people before. So merciful and forgiveness, that's a big thing. And always just be merciful and kind. Okay, number 6 here. We got blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Okay, what are we talking about with pure in heart? I think forgiving yourself is so hard for people. It really is, Donna. Honestly, that is one of the biggest things that people struggle with is forgiving themselves. Sometimes people have to forgive God because they blame God for certain things. But I think forgiving yourself is a huge thing. And once you do that, it frees you up to just, enjoy life and to forgive others for, things that might have happened in the past. Pure in heart. Pure in heart. Let's see how I'm going to slap this guy on. Can I put the pure in there? No, I don't like it right there. I'm going to put it right there. Pure in heart. Okay, I'm actually doing okay on time, even though I got a few little elements to go. So yeah, pure in heart. What do we think about pure in heart? Love yourself first before you can love others. Okay, that's very true. Like I said, that's kind of to me a part of the whole forgiveness thing. But it's definitely part of yes, you need to love yourself. Did I put the pure down? I did. Pure in heart. Okay. Should have moved my bees up a little bit more. I'm running out of space on this. Some of these words are pretty long to try to get on here. I had to really finagle them. But the one thing beautiful about clay is that I can move it around and form it any way I want to when I'm putting it down here. So I can kind of plan it out ahead of time, which is what I did. It's like, look at this word. Okay. Acting without any quid pro quo or expectations. Pure in heart. Okay. Let's see. The pure in heart says here, bless, build your castle with blameless foundations. Well, that's kind of vague to me. I think we can come up with better ones than that. Basically, to me, in pure in heart is just trying to like search your heart and find like if there's any areas in your heart that need to be dealt with, and then dealing with that, and then just be pure in heart about your things and your thoughts and whatever. I've got a whole thing in one of the books I wrote about the heart connection and how it works with your mind. It's pretty darn cool, but we don't have time for all that. That was the last one. Oh, okay. I'm sorry there, Miss Tanya. I didn't see that. I'm kind of running, I'm trying to do four things at once and then trying to do the scriptures and everything. So I know I'm kind of missing some of the scriptures up with the comments, and forgive me on that one. Be forgiving. Part of the Beatitudes. Be meek. Okay. So I'm gonna put this to the next one right here. This is the big long word right here. Peacemaker. Number 7 says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Okay. One of the things that my pastor said, and everybody, tell me what you think about peacemaking, is he thinks that this is one of the main ones. That's a big old long word. See how it is on my board? And I thought about breaking it up, but it's supposed to be one word, so I kept it together. But yeah, peacemaking is basically, Jesus came to actually like show the world and to share what he is, and about him being son of God and all that, and about the kingdom of God. But he was all about, really, even though I know that he said that in scripture it says that sometimes mother will be against daughter, and you will not find peace within certain people because some believe and some don't, and you don't get into battles over that. But make peace, not waves. There you go. That's a good way to put it, Tanya. That's a good way to put it, Tanya. Be a peacemaker. Try to walk, once again, in all the other ones. This one kind of ties in all the other ones. If you follow all these other ones, you'll be at peace. Be at peace within yourself, be at peace within your mind, and be at peace with others. And don't strive and try to make conflict or cause conflict. Okay? And then the last one here is righteousness. And the last one kind of like talks about, said, blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now, when we think of persecution, I usually think, you guys tell me what you think, but I usually think of like the ones that have, like evangelists that have gone out and been put in prisons, or they've been killed, and, the disciples and how they were persecuted and all that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I think when I think of persecution. But basically, they're saying, do not stop doing the right thing because of others. So peacemakers keep the peace between each other, encouraging brothers and sisters in Christ to get along. Thank you, Miss Jeannie. That is an excellent answer. That is an excellent answer. All right, so you guys can see, oh golly, I've got a few minutes. I'm doing pretty good. You can see so far what I've got. Now I'm going to add the extra little touches on there, and then we'll be ready to get out of here. And I actually am going to do it in time. Yay! I've got my staining. Okay, I did staining. I also used this for my stain. Okay, I did the stenciling with the border, and you can see all that stamping. I had to stamp every single one of them letters, guys, in the clay and firing. All right, so give me some kudos for that. That took a little bit of time. All right, so I got that. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to put these little guys here in the center. I'm just going to kind of like pick my center, and I wanted to put something a little up top to kind of decorate it. Add a little something extra up there. But I'm going to have to glue these together. I'm going to stand up for this so I can see a little bit better. All right, let's see if I can make these look pretty cool. Oh, I got a little bit of stain on my flower part there. flower is going to go to the back. And let me see. I kind of call that good. I think I'll call that good right there. All right. I'm just going to hot glue these in here and hope I won't burn the crap out of my fingers. So what do you guys think? Did you learn a few things here about the Beatitudes? Like I said, I never really gave them a whole bunch of thought. I mean, I've read them over and over, but it was nice to just be able to, especially my pastor, the way he explained it, and he's got a lot more detail on it. He's a pretty cool dude now. I love our church, and he's a young guy, but he's very progressive, and he knows his stuff. Okay, so up, glue stick. All right, so I've got that glued in. Now I'm just going to glue these pages together so they don't open up on me. Hopefully that'll work. Thank you. I'm glad you guys learned something. It's nice to be able to craft and learn at the same time, huh? That's why I love your trivia, Deborah, is that, you know, years ago, I mean, not years ago, I used to do a lot of what I call artifacts when I would kind of tell facts, kind of like a word, play on words. I came here, artifact, art. But I haven't been doing them lately. I just get so caught up in my craft, I don't take the time to do them. But they are kind of fun because it's good conversation pieces. Now, is that going to hold together? I'm going to have to put a little section right here. Whatever comes apart, I'm just going to glue it. Because I want this to kind of put together. Hey, Kim from the upstate New York. First time watching. Well, hi, Karen. How are you? It's good to have you here. Like I said, if you're not familiar with me, I usually work in polymer clay. Doing a book here is a little bit something different for me, but I did add my clay elements in it. And if you wouldn't mind follow me, I appreciate that. And you know, I don't come on like every day like some of the girls, but I try to do the best I can with my work schedule and whatnot. But this is a book project. Hey everyone, Leah, we got Leah Gaines Hernandez in the house too. All right, girlfriend. All right, so I think that's pretty good. Now I've got that. I've got 5 minutes. My timer just went off, guys. So I'm going to have time. This is going to be cool. I actually did it. All right. So for those that do not know me, what I do, if you do know me, what I do is I do a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway. This is the last one of the month. I give a $5 Amazon gift certificate. What you need to do is put in a hashtag word. Hey, Justin, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really loving this guy. A hashtag, if you put in hashtag, what is it? I already got my giveaway tool set up. Hashtag booked. That's booked with an ED on the end. Booked on the ED, BOOKED. Put in that in the comments right now. Hashtag booked. We got 5 more minutes. And then I'll run my giveaway tool and we'll see who's going to be the winner this time. And if you've already won this month, please don't participate. Give somebody else a chance to win. But this is, like I said, I've got 6 this month, so I'm going to be doling out $30 to people just because I'm kind of a nice person that way. And all right, so I got that point. Now, the last thing I want to do is add my little cross. Now, my cross is blue, and I thought it's a blue, but I think the blue is going to tie in really nicely. And I realized, oh, I got my bee. I forgot about my little bee. I've got my bee that I made. See my little clay bead I did? I was thinking about putting that like right on top. That's like the queen bee, I guess. So I think I'm going to do the hot glue and E6 that, or not, this is Gorilla Glue, same difference. Put both of those on there so it'll kind of give me a quick stick and then a permanent stick. I just started clay, gonna follow your page. Yeah, absolutely, girlfriend. I've got a clay course on polymer clay that I promote sometimes if you're interested in getting that little course. It's like beginners on polymer clay and all that. Hopefully this is going to stay. This might, I don't know, he's kind of heavy. We'll see how he works in the end. I'll probably have to go back and glue a few of these pages together. Remember, guys, go ahead and put in your word. Hashtag booked. Hashtag booked. Okay? I'm going to switch my screen over here in a second so you guys can see me. And then we'll get this finished up. Now, the last thing I need to do, and I don't know if I should lift him up yet. He might not be totally stuck. We'll see. See if he falls off. All right, guys. So here we go. This is pretty much how it's looking. Okay? Now, the one thing I need to do is I'm going to hang the cross over here. How many minutes I got? I got 3 minutes. Let me see if I can roll this little guy out here. I'm going to hang I guess I'm going to end up hanging this up on the wall because I'm realizing that the cross is going to hang down. So my cross is basically going to hang down from it. So here's like that. If I left the cross off, I can make it a shelf sitter. I don't know. What do you guys think? But I really want to add the cross. I don't want to put the cross. I think I'm just going to do my original idea and make it a wall hanging. So I just got a piece of string that I threaded it through each side here. Okay, and I'm just going to add the cross on the bottom. And then we're going to do that tool here. I still got 3 minutes. I'm looking good. You guys know when you're down to the wire like this, it's kind of like a little stressful, but we're going to make it work. By the way, Justin, if you're still here, you know Lydia, you had her on your page the other day. That was really cool of you to do, by the way. She's here in Florida, and we're hooking up a time. We've already tried to figure out. I think we're going to do a beach day and get together. I don't think we're going to be able to do a live together because dynamics of men and all that and husbands, but we are going to get a chance to hang out, and we'll definitely do a little video of us hanging out together. All right, so I'm basically just throwing that on there. Then I got to do that giveaway tool, and then we'll be ready to get out of here. Cut that off. Okay. All right. There you go, guys. I did it. I did it. I did it. I'm going to actually put my camera up. I think I'll be able to hold it up. All right, and we'll do the giveaway tool at the same time. Hey. All right. Hey, it's me again. Okay, let's do the giveaway tool first. And then thank you. Thank you so much. I had fun doing this, and it took me a while to kind of plan it out. Anyway, giveaway tool. So everybody's got their hashtag booked in there. Let's go ahead and do that real quick because I only got really a minute. I know I'm going to run over a little bit. And you guys definitely want to go over and see Tammy after me. She's coming up with Ladybugs, Gnomes, and whatever. So, all right, make sure you guys can see that. All right, you can see it. Now let's go ahead and collect those things and then do it. All right, who we got? Donna Holland. All right, girl. Donna. Yay. All right. Donna, you are the winner, girlfriend. So Donna, you need to make sure you give me your email address and I will get that out to you. At the end of the month, it'll be next week, at the end of the month, and I'll be able to send you that Amazon gift certificate. Real quick, black guys, go see Tammy, but I just want to show you this super quick, how it turned out. Okay, cross is on the bottom. Play with it. It's pretty cool, huh? All right. All right, guys. Have a blessed day. See you soon. Bye. Go watch the rest of the people.